Welcome to my channel. I'm the Cockpitpreneur, and this channel is all you need if you want to take your flight experience to a whole new level and if you want to build yourself a home cockpit. In the previous episodes we already did some preparation. We have created some templates or 3D designs we will use over and over again in this project to create our panels. Today we will enhance the design of our toggle switch, and after that we are able to create our first real panel, the external lights panel. Grab yourself a coffee and let's go to work. Welcome back to Fusion. This is my little demonstration panel I did in preparation to the series. If you haven't seen this before, please make sure that you watch the very first video where you can see this panel and how awesome it looks in reality. And we already created the toggle switch in the previous video. If you haven't seen this, please make sure that you watch this first. And now we want to enhance this toggle switch a little bit, because as you see here, when we insert this toggle switch into the panel, we have to do the cutout in the panel, and as well we have to add an additional body over here. So just a little piece that sticks out of the surface of the lower panel. And of course we will add the little halo ring. It's just a little piece of transparent material so that the light is able to shine through. Okay, let's go back to the toggle switch and let's add the halo ring first, because it's very simple. For this, just add a new component. Halo ring. Okay. Please make sure that this halo ring is ground to parent. So every movement the main toggle switch will do, the halo ring will do it as well. Let's create a sketch on the top face of the toggle switch. Let's project some geometries, or just one geometry from this cylinder of the thread. And now we will discover a new functionality we haven't used before. This is the offset. And with the offset, I'm able to select any kind of geometry, either it's a line or a circle. In this case, just select the geometry and enter a distance to it, 1 millimeter. And I'm adding another offset of 2 millimeters. Okay, finish sketch. First of all, let's add an extrusion with the inner ring all the way down to the upper surface of the upper nut. New body. Okay. And a second extrusion with the outer ring. Offset -2, because the thickness of the upper panel is 2 millimeters. And do the extrusion as well to the upper surface of the nut. Join to the existing body. And this is our halo ring. Let's add an appearance to the body. But first of all, let's rename it. Right click, appearance. Search for glass. And drag the appearance on the body. And now we are able to see through this body. toggle the visibility of the sketches. And this was our first task. Next, let's create the little body we have to add to the panel or to the lower panel. For this, again, create a new component. And I simply name it add. Right click, ground to parent. And let's create a sketch. And I will create the sketch to the lower washer over here. And let's create some projected geometries. Project one of the cylinder, one of the washer, and one of the upper washer, the whole face. Okay. Create a circle from the center point. The distance between this circle and this circle, set it to 2.5 millimeters. Finish the sketch, create an extrusion, select the outer profile and both of the inner profiles, and create an extrusion all the way up to the upper washer over here. Create body. And OK. Now we have to add another extrusion onto, or all the way down until the point where the lower panel will start. For this, I will create an offset plane. It's just a helper plane in this case. The offset plane, select the upper face, and -10 millimeters. Okay, there our lower panel will start. Now let's create another sketch on the lower surface of our add body. Create a circle, add a dimension from the outer to the inner circle, 2 millimeters. Finish the sketch and create an extrusion with this ring all the way down to this plane. And now we have created the body that we have to add to the lower panel. And we have to do the cutout for the washer over here. And there is some really nice functionality we will use a lot in the future. And this is a combine feature. First of all, our target body is this little add body. And my tool body is the washer. And now I have to choose either I want to join the two bodies or I want to cut the tool body out of the target body. Set it to cut. Keep the tools, that's very important. Otherwise, Fusion will delete the upper washer. Keep tools, okay. And there is the cutout for the washer. Right now, it's a little bit tight, so I want to open it up a little bit. For this, another new feature, the press pull. Select the first wall over here. Set the offset type to new offset and select all the other walls and create an offset of -0.25 millimeters. and I will cut out the floor all the way through. For this, I am using a new extrusion. Select the floor and select the lower surface, operation type cut. And now we created this little cutout. Let's toggle the visibility of the toggle switch. This looks really nice. We have some air around the washer. All right. This was our second task, to create the little add body. And the third, I want to create a body of the whole geometry, just a cylinder with the contour of the halo ring and the toggle switch. And this body I will use to cut out from the panels. For this, create a new component. Name it cut. Create a sketch on the front plane. And now again, some new functionality inside create. Project, we already used the project, but now we want to create a spun profile. For the spun profile, I will select the halo ring, the upper nut as well, the body of the toggle switch, and the lower nut. Then we have to set an axis for the spun profile. It will be the center axis of this cylinder, for example. I can either select a line or a cylinder. Just select the cylinder of the halo. That works just fine. Hit OK. Switch the visibility of the housing, the lever, the halo ring, and the add button. And here you see the spun profile. Let's add some lines to it. First of all, close the gap on top. Create a line from top to bottom. And over here, add some more lines. This is a nice profile. Finish the sketch. Create a revolve operation with all the profiles. You can either select them individually or just window select all the profiles. Give it an axis. And here is our cut body. Now, here you can see this is my little body I have to add to the lower panel, and this is a cut body. And I want to make sure that the cylinder of this add body goes all the way through until the lower surface of the body. So I have to close the gap from this cylinder to the outer surface or the inner surface of the add body. I will do this with a sketch. Create a project. You can either create a project geometry of this one, but now there is a little gap over here. You can close the gap, create with an arc, center point arc. First of all, select the center, the first point and the second point. And now the profile is closed. And now create an extrusion with this profile. And now I'm not able to select the upper surface of my cut body because my little add body is visible. Switch the visibility, select the plane, operation type join. And this is our little cut body we will use over and over again. Switch the visibility of all the other. Now make sure that the cut body is ground to parent. That's very important. And now we have modified our toggle switch. Make sure that there are no sketches visible. There, in the halo ring, the sketches are still visible. Save it. And now we will create a new assembly. And in the past, we created assemblies directly in the document. Let's have a look on assemblies with external documents and references. For this, I will create a new design. I will save it to my YouTube folder, overhead panel and templates. Name it toggle switch. Save it. Open up the data panel. And now I will simply drag this toggle switch. I updated a few minutes ago. Just drag it into the window. Now the toggle switch is added to my document. Go to the top view and make sure that the lever is facing upwards. Just select this little circle over here and turn it by 90 degrees. Okay. Right click, ground to parent, very important. Close the data panel. And here you can see this little chain icon. And this is indicating that the toggle switch is not directly created in this document. It's a reference to a different document. And every time the toggle switch is changed, for example, just switch the visibility of one of the sketches, save the document, go back to our new assembly. There is this warn sign, and this is indicating that the external document has been changed and we have to update this toggle switch, either by right click and get latest version, or if there are several warnings inside my design tree, just click on this icon and now all of the parts will be updated. And now I'm creating a template for the labels as well. For this, I will not add a new component to the toggle switch template. I will just create a sketch on this parent folder. So make sure that the toggle switch is enabled. Create sketch on the upper surface. And now let's create some construction lines. A vertical construction line, horizontal construction line, one over here, one over here. Make sure that all the lines are either vertically or horizontally. And 2 lines over here. To set these 2 lines onto the center point, I will use the coincident constraint. Just select, one line is already selected. Coincident, select the line, select the center point, and now this line is on the center point of the circle. Do this as well with the second line. Add some dimensions. (13.5). Drag it a little bit longer. And here I will select this dimension, so it's always the same even if I change the upper dimension. And the distance between these two lines, 7 millimeters. Make sure that these lines are overlapping, that we have an intersection. And let's create some labels. Text. For now, I will just name it title. Typeface bold. Height 3.5. Alignment center and middle. Add a horizontal constraint to one of the outer lines. And drag it on the intersection between these two lines. Make a copy of it, select it, Ctrl C and V, and drag this text on this intersection, double click and change it to on, and the height to 3 millimeters. OK. Create a copy of it. Rename it into off. And one more copy over here. Just set it to auto. OK. And now we have created the template for the labels as well. Finish the sketch. Now the template for the toggle switch is ready to use. And in the next episode, we will finally design our external lights panel. We are at the end of this video, and today we did the final preparation, and in the next video we are able to create our first real panel, the external lights panel. And you will be surprised how fast we are with the templates we just created. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell, and make sure that you watch the other videos of the series, and see you in the next video.